And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Legends Racing League Street Stock Series Season 6 finale, live from the South Boston Speedway. Joining me today in the broadcast booth is former Street Stock Series driver Tyler Tomassi. Tyler, how are you doing today?
Very good. I'm looking forward to this race. It's going to be a good battle for the championship, and hopefully, it's a really entertaining race.
I gotta say, the battle for the championship is looking very, very close. Your top two in points at the moment are Michael Rosero and Eric Keplinger. Keplinger leads Rosero by 2 points, and right now, they are 1-2 on the leaderboard with just 2 minutes remaining in practice. So the gap between them is half a tenth of a second. So this is going to be very, very close between those two. These drivers are going to be looking after every single point they can get. In the Legends Racing League, you get 1 extra point for scoring the pole position, 1 extra point for leading a single lap, and another extra point for leading the most laps. So in the end, it could really come down to those bonus points. We're going to do our best to keep track of them throughout the night and keep you all updated so you are informed on who is ahead in the championship. Tyler, you've had a lot of experience in this series before. What do you think these drivers are going to need to get the most out of their cars tonight?
Well, I just looked at the laps, and it's 100, which is, I think, the most they've ran this season in any race. It's going to be a lot of patience. You're going to have to be there at the end, but, that's where these bonus points, that can contradict that, because for some of these guys that want to get the most bonus points they can, they might want to go really hard in the beginning and try to lead the most laps, which might cost them at the end, but might also win them a championship. So it's going to be a very hard balance tonight for those guys up front. But if you're just here to win the race, definitely be saving and be patient, and you'll be there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that neither of the two championship drivers lead a lap, lead the most laps, or even qualify on pole, at that point, it's going to come down to who can outscore each other. So Eric Keplinger just needs to stay within 2 positions of Michael Rosero, and he's got the championship locked up. If Keplinger finishes first to Rosero second, then that will be the championship. If Rosero finishes first and Keplinger second, he still has the championship locked up. If Keplinger finishes third, well, actually, no, that is a lie, because you actually get 1 extra point for winning the race. So if Rosero were to win and Keplinger were to finish second, at that point it would be a tie. I gotta be honest, I don't know the tiebreaker procedure, Tyler, I don't know if you know it.
It will go down to most wins and then best finishing. So I don't let's just say they're tied for wins. It'd be okay, let's say Heater finished second more times than Michael. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Going down the list, but I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, Keplinger too. I said Heater, but I'm pretty sure Michael has more wins than him right now. I'm not 100% sure. I think you know that better than I do.
Yeah, Michael Rosero won earlier this season, actually against you, at the USA International Speedway. He won later this season, actually in the race that we were not able to cover on TMG, at Concord, which Tyler, I'm sure you know very, very much well about that race. We don't have to go over the whole story now, unless you'd want to, Tyler. I'm sure it'd be very entertaining.
Pretty much, I was in second with 2 to go, and then they said that I didn't choose at the time of the choose cone, so they ELO'd me, sent me to the rear, and then I said, forget it, and I just drove it head on the wall, and I didn't mean to, I meant to crash it, because I just wanted to leave, but I didn't think it was going to send me flipping over back into the traffic, but it did, but luckily everybody missed it.
And then, and that is why Tyler Tomassi will not be racing, because he has been suspended. So, there's a little backstory there. Here we go for qualifying. Watch out for the championship drivers Keplinger and Rosero. It'll be very close between those two. Both of them trying to get that pole position. Every bonus point matters. Remember, Rosero needs to outscore Keplinger by 2 points to win the championship.
Yeah, this is where qualifying is going to be really important for these guys, especially championship guys. They win the pole. All it takes is just that 1 extra point. The guy has a bad night or whatever. That could be the difference.
Rosero's on track first through 3 and 4 and to the line. Michael Rosero, first driver to set a lap of the night, is going to go only, or never mind, he's going to go first fastest. Chandler to second, Goodrow to third. Now watch for Keplinger, he's still on pit road.
That 4 car, he'll be fast. That's obviously his opening lap, but give him a couple of laps. He'll be right up there, if not in qualifying, definitely the race.
I believe he said before we started this race that he's one of the guys that he actually raced late models with against in real life, so he's one of the drivers that we should definitely be watching out for throughout the moment. He's not quite looking on the pace. Aaron Brown.
He's right there.
Aaron Brown on track as well. Through 3 and 4. Oh, that's not going to be a good lap. He has been drifting this entire time, and he's going to spin it down into the pit wall. Now it all rides on Eric Keplinger to try and take the pole away from Rosero. Remember, he's got it. It's basically about damage control for Keplinger. He doesn't have anyone to outscore. All he has to do is not let Rosero outscore him by 2 points.
Yep. And in this league, with all those bonus points, that's incredibly close.
Now, if they tie, but Eric Keplinger is to win the race, then we have a whole different situation about who has finished second the most times. So we're going to do our best to keep you all updated on that. Here goes Keplinger for his lap. This is going to be a big one. Rosero's got the extra point at the moment. Here we go. Warming up his tires down the back. Here comes Eric Keplinger for lap number 1 of the night. This is going to be big.
So, Casey Drake just put in the Discord about the tiebreaker. He says it obviously wins and then top 5 and
oh no!
Average finish.
Eric Keplinger just blew an engine.
Oh no, that's not good.
Okay, he's going to get a reset. He's only going to have 1 lap to set now, but he was revving his engine a ton on pit road, and eventually it just gave in. So he's only going to have 1 lap.
If Michael gets this pole locked up, that's pretty much, that's 2 bonus points right there he's going to get. The pole, and then he's most likely going to lead lap 1.
Don't count out Keplinger just yet. It's looking good so far. Nothing into the wall. 1 extra point riding on this. Keplinger trying to extend the gap through 3 and 4. It's looking good to the line. Keplinger is not gonna get the pole. Only 5th fastest. And that is gonna put Michael Rosero now only 1 point behind Eric Keplinger. Qualifying just about to wrap up, and we are going to hand it over to the main event, unless Heater, Drake, or Tomassi. Well, I know you're not racing. So now it's just down to if Heater and Drake decide to run a lap, but I think they're just going to be race control.
So I don't know if you heard me a second ago, but Casey in the Discord said that for the tiebreaker, it's average finish.
Okay. At that point, I don't know who it would be.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Casey can send us a message.
Yep. This is going to be interesting. I'm almost positive Michael's going to lead lap 1, so it's probably already going to be a tie going into lap 2.
At this point, what Eric Keplinger needs to do is basically just hope that Rosero gets wrecked out, because he's honestly not looking on the pace. 5th fastest. I mean, that's not championship winning speed right there. He might have better race pace, though. You never know. We'll have to find out.
But also, just when you have a bad qualifying and stuff, it can mentally mess with you and stuff. So he just has to put it behind him, and it's 100 laps. This is a long time, especially with these cars around here. And a lot's going to happen. And, like I said, that 4-car, man, I know he doesn't look too fast in qualifying. I'm telling you, he's going to come flying up through the field. So that's what Eric's going to want, because he's not going to want Michael to win, because that's a whole other extra points.
Yeah, Michael Rosero, he's definitely looking like he has the advantage. He's looking fast. He won last week at Concord, which, I mean, it's not super similar to this track, but it's similar enough to the point where it might carry over. It's a small track, relatively flat, pretty tight. I don't know. I'm not going to say the experience carries over, and I'm not going to put Rosero as a lock for the championship, but we'll see. He'll be starting on pole. Before we get started with this race, we're going to go ahead and do a pre-race interview with your championship drivers. I don't know if we'll be able to do one for Keplinger, because he does not exist. He's not in the Discord, but we can do one with Michael Rosero. All right, Michael, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy?
I got you. How are you guys?
Well, we're doing good tonight, but we gotta ask you a couple of questions here, because you're the champion. You're one of the championship contenders coming into this race, and now you have the pole, which is an extra point on Keplinger. You're only 1 point behind him now. What's going to be your plan throughout the rest of the race?
Well, just to race hard and run my race.
All right, so we saw in qualifying just then, Eric Keplinger isn't looking particularly on the pace. Was only able to qualify 5th fastest. What are you expecting out of your contenders tonight?
Well, I expect Keplinger to make it up through the field. I've seen how fast he is, but I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully, me and Keplinger and Brendan will put on a good show.
Lastly, what are your expectations for this race? Are you kind of going for the win, or are you maybe just looking to outscore Keplinger and just kind of score the championship regardless of where you finish?
Well, I will go for the win, but I also need to go for bonus points if I want the championship. Well, let's see what we can do.
All right, well, good luck tonight, Michael. Make sure to put on a good show. We'll be rooting for both of you because, really, in the end, we just want to have a good race down to the wire. We'll see you at the end of it, where you might end up being the Season 6 champion. Good luck.
Thanks, man. See ya.
So
Right.
looking at the car count, there's only about 7. That's going to make it very close in the points, too, when there's not many cars.
And that, too. You mentioned, Michael right there, mentioning Brendan Timon. I do believe he's in the race. There he is in the number 34. I'm just going to call it the USA car, because there's an American flag on the side. The word USA written in American flags on the hood. I mean, the whole thing is just screaming USA and freedom. So, we'll see if he can have the freedom to break away from the field at the front. But he's in the fight for the championship, but it's definitely a long shot. I wouldn't expect much out of Timon.
With only 7 cars, even if one of these guys crash out, that's not enough points for him to gain, even if he were to, like, finish up front.
Yeah.
You would need them to crash out, like, lap 1.
Brendan Timon would need them to be, like, wrecked out and then somehow get a penalty and have points revoked, because at that point, that's the only way that Timon can actually win this title. So it is going to be between Rosero and Keplinger. Rosero 1 point behind him.
This is going to be a very interesting race. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be wicked close. You couldn't have asked for a closer championship battle than what we got.
What Rosero needs to do is just lead lap 1. At that point, he is going to be tied up with Keplinger, and it'll come down to either best finish, or Keplinger is going to have to outscore him by 1, depending on who leads more laps. Here we go. It is flags down, and away we go. We are racing at South Boston. Rosero down and away towards turn number 1.
All right, so they dive down on the back straight away. Oh, the 29 car looks like you got the wall a little bit right there. Brandon's going to dive down underneath them, but that outside line, especially on starts, is usually better.
Oh, they're wrecking behind him. Timing around into the outside wall. Crash, 1 and 2. And Michael Rosero led lap 1, which means he is going to be tied with Eric Keplinger, but Keplinger, who was able to make it through the drama, is going to come out P3, so 2 positions gained in 1 lap for Keplinger, but not good for Brendan Timon, who has a blown engine. If you had any hopes of the championship before, they are gone now.
So usually on the starts here at South Boston, the top is good because it's just so loose on the bottom, you can't do anything. We saw it there with the 34. He just couldn't hold it down there and got up. And, yeah, that's what happens, especially on the starts, the cold tires.
Yeah, he just got up into Harrison Chandler, spun him into the 4 of Trent Goodrow, went back across the track. Keplinger was able to slide down through the bottom with no damage. Great job avoiding it by him. He is just going to fly, though, right in front of Aaron Brown and get flipped through the air in front of Keplinger as well, and he is going to get stuck on the pit wall, so not good for one of your championship long shots. But why don't we go ahead and go on board with Eric Keplinger as he navigated his way through that wreck. You see his perspective now. I mean, this has got to be a scary moment for him, being in the fight for the championship and seeing them crash in front of you like that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why starting in the back when you're in the championship thing is not good.
Especially at a short track like South Boston.
Yeah. I think after that, though, we won't see much wrecking. I think I don't know if people were really expecting the tires to be that cold and that loose, but you'll see it probably calm down now for a little bit.
So trouble early on, but their championship contender is able to make it through. This will be the choose cone. Rosero. Wait, is that the choose cone? I can't tell. They were swerving a lot. No, that's not the choose cone. Never mind.
34 is back on track, got that fast repair. I'm surprised he made it back to pit road. He's going to get the wave here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's getting the wave. But I'm surprised he was able to get down pit road and get it fixed before he didn't have any speed because his motor was completely blown.
So still fighting for the win at least. Brendan Timon certainly not one to give up. I think we might be coming to the choose cone this time by, but I can't guarantee it.
Yes, we are.
Rosero.
Inside.
That looked kind of late. I'm not going to lie about that. If you're supposed to choose at the finish line, that's definitely not what Rosero did. We saw something similar out of him back at Concord. Didn't get a penalty for it. We'll see if anything comes of it this time
Listen on
by.
the radio, everything listening in on the radio, everybody seems officials say it's fine, so looks like we'll be going green.
All right, here we go. Come to the restart. Rosero's going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out. Watch Keplinger on that outside lane. He chose that outside to get up alongside Rosero. It's going to pay off for him. Through 1 and 2, he's going to get the advantage over Chandler. Up in a second goes Eric Keplinger.
Yep, there you go. That top rolled on those starts like I was expecting. That won't happen the whole race, though. As the tires get warmer on those late restarts, the bottom will be the place to be. But definitely on cold tires, you want to be up top.
Here's the late model driver, Trent Goodrow on the outside, Chandler on the inside. Side by side through 3 and 4. Goodrow maybe going to have the advantage off 4. They're certainly holding each other up. Watch the battle.
Bottom's doing better than I was expecting right now.
He looked fast in qualifying, was pretty fast in the trucks at South Boston. So looking to make his mark here again. Here comes Goodrow on that outside line. Trying to get him into 1 and 2, and the gap at the front is also extending. Oh, in trouble! Aaron Brown blows an engine in turns 1 and 2 and is sent spinning in front of Eric Heater. Caution is out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was very random. Well, actually, looking back on it, he had a lot of nose damage. I guess the motor just let go, and once again, bad luck for that 34 machine. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, one of those iRacing things where the engine just kind of blows. You see the smoke pouring out of the inside of the 18. That was Brendan Timon that he actually spun in front of. So those two involved in another incident tonight, which actually, I mean, they caused each other. They caused the wreck in the first place, and that came back to bite him later.
Looking at Brendan's car, it looks all good. He has no damage on it. He should be fine here. Aaron, he's on pit road right now. Yeah, he had a lot of front nose damage. That's definitely why he blew up there.
You can listen into the engine now. Yeah, it's just going to blow up. Not much he could do there. Probably didn't even see it coming because these street stocks, their gauges aren't very good. Just kind of blew up on him.
That's why usually, especially when I run this, whenever you hit in the nose, you don't want to take your fast pit early, but it's just better you do because you do not know if you're going to blow up, and it happens randomly, and that's usually what happens. Once again, another... You think... Did he get the pit road before he had the reset, or no?
No, he just towed it into the pit lane.
All right. So I was about to say he'll be a couple of laps down here, but he'll probably get it back if we keep having yellows like this.
Yeah, and having all these yellow flags, it's definitely helping Eric Keplinger, who certainly doesn't quite look on winning pace, but he might have more chances to figure it out and kind of try again with all these yellow flags. I think we're coming to the choose.
Only on lap 14, and we're wrecking.
I don't think that was the choose cone, so we might be choosing next time by.
No, I got the radio in my ear right now, so I can let you know when they're coming up to it.
Okay. It's actually pretty good because I don't have too much information from ATVO. It kind of just tells me what lap we're on. Speaking of laps, Michael Rosero has led 15 out of the 100 laps. He has to get to lap 50 and then lead lap 51 in order to lead the most laps.
If I'm Eric, I'm putting it on the line, and I'm going for it.
Yeah, you got to take
no
as many...
saying none of that. Take the lead, and here we come to the choose cone. No surprise. And that was a pretty good decision, I think, by the 60 there to take the outside. Not many people want to take that risk, but like I said, on these restarts, it's going to be good right now.
Yeah, Eric Keplinger, smart choice taking the outside. Really, he just wants to be alongside Rosero. Maybe try and jump him in a 1. Pace car is going to make that left turn into the pit lane, and Keplinger and Rosero are going to take off from the front row. Rosero is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out. Not a good restart by Keplinger.
Not the best start there.
Watch for the 4 as well. Side by side for second. Goodrow on the inside. Keplinger on the outside.
There we go. Should be able to roll right around him now.
There he goes on the outside. Still able to hang there. Still pretty close in a 1. Goodrow's hanging at his quarter panel.
No? Wow, I'm surprised. 60 definitely didn't get the start he wanted there. Was expecting him to roll around the 4. He should be clear in a couple laps if he keeps doing this. There we go. He's clear.
One thing that's definitely...
Looks like Heater...
Sorry, you carry on.
Looks like Heater is looking down on the inside of Harrison. Chandler, he backed off. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he got a little loose.
Yeah, everyone's single file at the moment. But one thing to keep an eye out for is in the truck race at South Boston on Friday night, we saw the lines evolve quite a bit. You know, so we saw drivers kind of moving around, especially late in the run. We saw Heater towards the end of the race really trying that high line. Casey Drake as well, so a lot of drivers kind of experimenting with what lines they're using. We'll see if that happens again in the street stock race tonight.
Yeah, we look back here with the battle with the 29 and the 4. You see the 29 trying to roll the top and go around him. He actually left the door open for Heater. Heater's going to roll underneath him. Outside's going to, like I said, start to go away here as the tires start to come in. Inside will be the preferred groove, and as you just saw there, 28 cleared him with no problem.
Good move by Heater. Now Brendan Timon looking to go up the inside of Chandler as well. Chandler holding relatively strong on that outside line, but he's going to have to concede the position. This time by, up in a 5th, goes Brendan Timon. You see, even on entries, a lot of
trying
drivers
to look for a good comeback here.
But even on the entries, you're seeing drivers using a lot of different philosophies. You see Timon going in really early, while you see Heater going in really late, but getting a really good run on exit. He's actually running down. He's actually running down Goodrow for 3rd. So Eric Heater might be an outside shot at the win.
We know he wins a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Eric Heater tends to win quite a bit.
Yeah.
Here he comes to the bumper of the 4. Trying to send it down the inside. Up into the wall goes Goodrow. Here he goes.
Goodrow's going to try to roll the top here. No, a little bit of contact there going into 1. Can take big arcs on the outside, but the inside obviously the shorter way around, so it kind of equals out.
Gap at the front up to 1 second. So Keplinger going to need a miracle if he has a shot at this championship. Essentially, he's going to need Rosero to make a bad pit call or blow an engine or something. Ooh. Yeah, Heater ran wide.
That 4 just did a great crossover move. Heater's going to
and Heater is going to get turned off the bumper of Timon, but they keep it straight. Good recovery by both those drivers to keep it on the track. Meanwhile, at the front, Rosero is getting away from the field.
Timon, I mean, he's been in all of it tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, Brendan Timon, definitely not one of the drivers with better luck.
That time he was a little lucky. The 28, I thought for sure he was done there. 28 thought he was clear. He was for a minute, but you got to be really quick with those moves, and the 34 was just filling the hole, but now Goodrow's pulling away in 3rd right now, so.
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't count out the 4. He has some real-life experience to bank on. He's trying to run down Eric Keplinger here. Lap 31 of 100. Laps going by pretty quickly. About 16, 17 seconds apiece. Goodrow running 2nd fastest out of the top 3.
Yeah, I feel like in a couple laps here, he'll get to 60.
Actually, last time by, Heater just ran the fastest lap of the race. Or sorry, not of the race, but of this top 5.
Yeah, Heater's getting right on. He's looking back underneath them.
Side by side as they go towards turn number 3. Eric Heater on the inside. Going to try and take away the spot. They're going to be side by side off the corner. To the line, this time by, I believe Goodrow had the spot at the line, but Heater going to send it back down the inside, trying to slide up on the 4. Not going to make it work. 2 abreast going into turn number 3.
Man, this is a great battle.
Oh, and shoving him up the track is Heater. Into the wall goes Goodrow off turn number 4, and that is going to be a big blow to the driver of the number 4. Gets ran into the wall by Eric Heater. He's going to start falling back now.
The radio, they are not happy. He is not happy with the 28.
I don't blame him. Heater basically just ran him up into the wall. Now Brendan Timon trying to take that 3rd spot. Oh, and he's going to get into Heater.
Man.
This racing
is getting exciting.
Yeah, this racing in the midfield has been something else.
Keep an eye on that 4. He is not happy with the 28. I'm pretty sure if he gets under him, he'll return the favor.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Contact between Brendan Timon and Eric Heater. Chandler giving Timon a bit of a nudge into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side, 2 rows deep. Timon sliding up. Here comes the 29. Chandler backs out. Timing up the track into the 4.
4 is just getting slammed every time he gets to the outside of somebody.
Yeah, Goodrow really cannot catch a break. He's got a little bit of clear air in front of him now, trying to run down the 28, but first he's got to get around the 34.
You're making that top work. The top, like I said, is really good here, but you have to have somebody who will race you clean on the inside for it to work. If you get somebody who uses you up, forget it.
Yeah, Goodrow really trying to make that pass on the outside. Timon not giving him an inch. They touch again.
If I were the 4, I would just try to get down now at this point. It's pointless to try to race side by side.
Here we go, 3 wide.
Now they're 3 wide.
Oh, there's more contact. Oh, and contact again. The 4 getting sent up the track. Goodrow cannot be happy with Timon at this point. Wouldn't surprise me if he just turned him coming off 4. He's trying the outside again into the wall. Gets the 4. Man, he is just being used up tonight.
Send him.
Man, if I was the 34, if I was the 4, I would just be driving into the next turn and absolutely dumping Brendan Timon. Because he is getting...
He's giving him some shots. He's definitely not happy. You know, it sucks when you race people down there and they don't give you room. Honestly, I don't think the 34 did it on purpose, but it's just a product of this track. But, man, when it happens to you twice and 2 different people, it gets very frustrating.
Here he goes to the outside once more. Wouldn't surprise me if he just door slammed him down the back. Side by side on the outside. Brendan Timon on the inside is going to...
You should clear him right here.
Yeah, I think he's going to get him off 4. Up into 4th goes Trent Goodrow.
See, that's how it's done. When you don't get door, you can roll around people up on the top like it's nothing here.
Update on
top 3 are spaced out.
Yeah, update on lap traffic. Aaron Brown not really in the way of Eric Keplinger or Michael Rosero. And there's a big gap between a lot of these drivers. They actually really starting to cool down. Coming to lap 46 of 100. If Rosero gets to 51, they will be even for the championship. And if Rosero gets the win, that'll be his title. I honestly...
Top 3 absolutely are walking away with this, especially after that battle that the 4th on back we're having. The top 3 are just sailing away, but they're all pretty spaced out. Each one of these drivers are nowhere near each other.
I gotta say, I think Eric Keplinger really, he might have used up all of his luck at the Charlotte race earlier this year, and into the wall goes Brendan Timon, because without that win, I don't think he would be in contention for the title at all. And honestly, I think it's showing right now he's just really hasn't been on the pace of these other guys.
Still running second, still got a chance. All he can ask for is to be in position, so...
Heater's running him down, though. He's actually ran the fastest lap times out of this top 3. Rosero now coming to lap 50. I think if he leads...
This is where we're going to start to see who's been saving the most, because that 28 car is starting to really come on.
All right, right here through 3 and 4, we're going to see it. Michael Rosero, this 1 extra bonus point for leading the most laps is going to put him 1 point ahead of Eric Keplinger. So now it is down to Keplinger to try and get around Rosero and maybe have Heater take the win from him. Because at this point, Rosero is a point ahead of Keplinger. And at this point, there's not much Eric can do. I think what Eric Keplinger should do right now is let his teammate go up the inside, let Heater go ahead and run down Rosero, make the pass, and hope that Rosero just hasn't been saving and try and get Keplinger up the inside.
Yeah, that 28 is coming out really strong. You can tell he's been saving stuff. We're only on lap 53. We got pretty much half of the race left to go. And if it stays green, that 28 car will track down that 23.
Yeah, definitely watch for Heater as we get into the later portion of the race. We know how good he is on the long runs.
I don't know, though. He is way ahead of them.
We'll monitor the lap times. We can actually pull that up on the ticker. We can go to lap delta. Show that. This might work. That is definitely not what we wanted. There we go. Now I can show you the last lap times. So you can see it
He's
there.
going to really have to hustle to get there.
Yeah, Heater's got a 4-second gap to make up, and it doesn't look like he's running much faster than Rosero, but he still might be saving.
And if I was Rosero, when you got a 4-second lead, you might as well just start saving just in case of a late race restart or something.
Yeah, I mean, really, at this point, he's got the championship in the bag. At this point, he would win it by a few points. He's got the margin. Now he's just got to know what to do with it. But it still looks like he's pushing quite hard. You can see the brake rotor is glowing on that front end of that street stock.
Yeah, if I was him, definitely just save right now, just in case, we know Eric's definitely not saving. He saved in the beginning, now he's going for it. So save, and as soon as he starts to catch up to you, as soon as you start to see him within 2 or 1 second behind you, then you go hard again, and then...
Oh, caution is out. Brendan Timon might have been the cause, but I can't tell at this point. But there was a caution for something. Might have been Aaron Brown?
No, it wasn't. I'm not sure who it was. I have no idea.
Well, we have a caution on the track. That's going to give these drivers a chance to pit. And we're going to go ahead and cover that now and see what happens in the pit stops, because this could shake things up. Rosero.
All right, here we go.
Pulling into that number 1 box. Keplinger pulling in as well. Heater in as well.
There's a little bit of contact on pit road there, too, coming in.
Chandler staying out. Harrison Chandler. Oh, and just right sides for Rosero. This could be a good strategy call for one of these drivers. 4 tires going on for Heater. Now this could get interesting.
Work out.
Keplinger.
What I noticed...
Sorry, carry on.
What I noticed with these street stocks is if you get like a restart with 10 to go or like less than 20 to go, you want to put only right sides on because 4 tires, they're really cold and they take too much time to catch up. So you'll see here, this 23 will walk away from the guys that took 4 for about 10 or 15 laps. But then once we get past that, 4 tires you'll see them get better. But 4 tires at first are just so cold and so out of control, they don't really do anything. That's why I always only put 2 on if it's under 20, but we got a lot of laps left, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the tires might take a little bit to heat up, but after a while, I mean, the thing about only taking right side tires is that those left sides being worn, they're going to help, they're really going to make you slide around the track more than you might anticipate. There might not be as much grip as you think there is, and in turn, that's going to wear your right sides as well, and that is what's going to make the difference here. And also, Eric Heater, think about the track position on the restart. I mean, he's going to be in a position where he could, in theory, nab second and maybe even the lead from Rosero if he plays his cards right. Same thing for Keplinger. I mean, you don't really want to be that second-place driver because the leader can easily catch a napping and just take off.
Eric Carpenter, he took 4, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah, I would think so because Michael was gone and they were on there forever, so we'll see. Michael will probably pull away for a couple of laps, but Michael has to dig here. He needs to get a big lead, so by the time those 4 tires come in on the other cars, it's too big of a lead to catch up to.
Could either be a great strategy call or the thing that ruins the championship. Chandler going to restart as the leader. He's going to be down and away in just a moment. Here we go. Now
Good
watch for
restart by him
Keplinger.
there.
Also watch for Heater. Oh, and they're wrecking! Heater around, Rosero around as well! Heater into the wall! Keplinger gets through as the leader, and Rosero is upside down! He has to tow back to the pits!
That's the worst thing to happen, is even when you have a fast repair and stuff, when you flip over, you have no choice but to reset, and you're guaranteed to go down a couple of laps. That's the worst case scenario.
Oh, and that is going to be heartbreak for Michael Rosero, shades of Carl Edwards, 2016. He had the championship locked up, and that
happened to Michael.
I mean, that restart just killed him. You know, they were all stacking up, and Eric Keplinger got through as the leader, and Rosero is now going to have to tow all the way back into the pits. He's going to go at least 1 lap down, and that is going to be gut-wrenching for the driver, the number 23.
Me and Michael, we have our differences, but he definitely deserves the championship. I was in a different league with him before, and he was a championship leader, and literally the same thing happened. You know, they had 3 fast repairs. The worst thing that could happen was flip over, and he got turned, and he ended up flipping over. So it's twice of heartbreak in the same exact way.
Quite frankly, he just got cut off by Harrison Chandler. I think everyone was kind of stacking up. Eric Heater got spun. Chandler came down into Rosero, and you're going to see it, Rosero. He's just going to hit that tire wall. Oh, and you know
That
what I
is
think it was? I think that
Lock up.
Oh man, the iRacing tire model that they use for the street stocks, it's way too grippy, and you run into this problem where if you lock up and slide for far enough, you're just gonna flip over, and that is what happened to Rosero.
Sometimes the best thing to do, especially when you have a faster pair, is just let the car hit the wall. I know it sounds stupid, but with like you said, with these tire models, flipping over is literally the worst thing you can do.
That's just iRacing being iRacing right there. I mean, he basically added saved. He would have just nosed it into the wall, would have been fine. He could have gotten a fast repair, gotten back going. But, I mean,
I just cannot believe his luck there. That is horrible. Like I said, it happened in another league that I was in. Literally this same exact thing. Worst case scenario. He'll catch a break one day, but...
You gotta put at least some of the blame on Harrison Chandler. Restarting on 2 fresh tires, basically just cut down. Just cut down on Rosero. So...
Here we go, choose team.
Here we go. We'll see what these drivers decide to do. To the wall goes Chandler, along with Heater. I think Goodrow
The 60
went to
just
the
needs to
wall as
make sure he doesn't flip over at this point.
Yeah, basically.
Seriously, that's all. If he flips over, then they're on the same playing field.
Rosero's back on the
Michael's
track,
3 laps
though.
down.
He
3
could get
laps
lucky
down.
with some cautions. I'm not saying that
Pretty
it
much
will...
what he just needs a 60 to do pretty much what he did, and then they'll be even, both 3 laps down.
What he might need is just a lot of cautions to get enough wave arounds. Here we go. Green flag is back out.
This is the 60s championship to lose now.
Keplinger on the inside.
Bring-
And Chandler is going to get turned into the wall. They go!
no.
They're wrecking behind. Caution is back out. Heater with nose damage.
Man, we have a lot of people on their roof today.
Up and over goes Brendan Time, and he is going to have to tow back, and that is a huge break for Michael Rosero, who is going to get another wave around this caution. And I mean, if the admins are feeling nice, they might actually let him back in the lead lap, because really, the flip was no fault of his own.
Man, this is wild, man. I would never expect this for only 7-car field. Sometimes the small fields put on the best shows.
So we'll see it again through 1 and 2. Keplinger was on the inside, and you're going to see that Heater gets to the inside of Chandler, spins him around, back up into the wall they go, and they just all start wrecking. Timon got hooked, and what do you want to bet that it's another street stock tire model incident? There it is.
Hey, add it to the point score. Keplinger has just led a lap, and that means he gets 1 extra bonus point.
1 point for Keplinger, and I believe that's going to put them even now. I think, actually, no, that's going to put Keplinger 1 point behind Rosero, but that is without the results being taken into account. So keep in mind that there are still results. And you see what Harrison Chandler did there,
So
really smart, just kind of let it roll, backed it into the wall, and he was able to get away without any flips.
How many laps down? He was 3, so they gave him 2, right? They only give 2 wave rounds per... Well, I can just look right here. I think he's only going to be 1 lap down now. Yeah, he'll only be 1 lap down. All he needs is 1 more yellow, and he's back in this thing.
That, and I think Rosero, that might have only been 1, because I think it was only 2 down at the time of caution. Might get to go around again.
He was 3 laps down. I think the rule is they only give 2 wave rounds per yellow, so that puts him 1 down now.
I mean, I gotta say,
Yeah.
if I was the admin, I probably would give him his other lap back, simply because of the way that the tire model just completely messed him up. I mean, that's no fault of his own. You can't really blame him for it, but you can take consolation in the fact that he might still have a shot at this title.
Listen, he's still 5th. A lap down. It's the 60 wrecks. I mean, then they're going to still be close. Like, 5th to 1st is obviously a lot of points, but if he wrecks and he finishes, say, like, 4th and 5th, they're, like, right next to each other again. So
Yeah,
it's not over.
That's where this could be interesting. So keeping an eye out for it. Coming into the race, they were 2 points separated as Keplinger takes the inside. They were 2 points separated. Rosero won the pole, led a lap, and led the most laps. So that gave him 3 extra points. That put him 1 ahead of Keplinger. Well, now, Keplinger just led a lap. That is going to give him 1 point, and now they are basically tied. So at this point, Rosero needs to get back on the lead lap and beat Keplinger by 1 spot. Here we go.
1 more yellow is all he needs here.
Pace car is
Look
off.
at, he's right up there, too.
That too. He could actually get his lap back under green. Green flag is back out, and down goes Eric Keplinger towards turn number 1.
If I'm him, I'm going for it. I'm going to get my lap back under green.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a shot out in the sliding goes Goodrow.
Completely sideways.
He saved it. Great save by Goodrow. But if we see more of this battling, that could be the caution Rosero needs. Not to mention, Keplinger has that engine. So, it could blow at any moment. I don't know. He's got a lot of
Listen.
front end damage. Same thing we saw with Aaron Brown.
Michael needs to dig here. If he gets this lap back, I'm telling you, this is going to change everything.
I mean, what he would have to do is make up an entire lap on Keplinger within basically the span of 15 laps. It could happen. It's very unlikely.
Well, I'm telling you, he's going to get around him right here. He's definitely going to get his lap back right here.
Yeah, he's definitely faster. He'd need a caution, though. That's the thing. 2 retirements from this race, Brendan Timon and Aaron Brown.
Yeah, tough break for the 34. That was a rough day for him. He absolutely got 0 breaks from start to finish. From lap 1 to the time he retired from the race, just a horrible day for him.
He's trying to get to the bumper. Rosero getting out wide. Now here comes Heater up the inside of Goodrow. Side by side for second.
Man, I wish he was on the lead lap right now. This would be so good.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks for Rosero. That's the thing. I mean, it makes a very interesting championship story as here he goes. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to the inside. Makes a very interesting championship story, but certainly not for the driver. As here goes Heater up the inside on Goodrow. Oh, and there goes Goodrow! Spinning in 1 and 2! He saves it, and he almost just hooked Heater into the outside wall, but this is just what Rosero wants.
That was a big dive out of the Ford right there.
Honestly, I'm kind of hoping we get another caution because I think Rosero deserves a shot at this title. Goodrow might get back to him here. These two have had some drama in the race. He might just turn Heater. Coming up on 15 laps to go next time by. Goodrow getting closer to the bumper. You can tell he's not happy. I don't know if he has intentions of passing Heater or just dumping him.
There's only so many times you can be used up in a race before you finally lose your patience, though he lost a lot right there getting loose off of 4. It's not over, though. I think Heater's honestly going to blow a motor, if you ask me, with that damage he's got in the front.
I mean, it depends. You know, we saw the same thing happen with Aaron Brown, but after all, it's iRacing. Their simulation isn't perfect, as much as they would hate me saying that.
It's very random.
In some ways, Heater could make it to the end of the race. I mean, it's only another 10 laps or so. But in other ways, it could just go horribly wrong.
So let's say it finishes like this. Eric wins, and Michael finishes 5th. But Michael won the pole, led the most laps, and led a lap. 60 will win, and then have a point for just leading a lap. So
Keplinger would get it by about a few points.
I wouldn't be surprised if this 23 drives right through the 60.
That's certainly a tactic, right? Make it look like just a bump and run gone wrong. In reality, you meant to do that. You know, get a yellow flag. If you don't get one, just try and put him a lap down again. Eric Heater, that engine's still trying to hold on.
Yellow comes out. 23 restarts on the lead lap. 5th, he's right there.
Take a look at the gauges for Eric Heater. Water pressure's looking all right, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Now here comes Chandler up the inside on Goodrow. Goodrow on the outside.
Goodrow's been rolling that outside pretty much the whole race. I haven't seen him do anything on the bottom the whole night.
Yeah, but if he comes down in the wrong way, that could end up in a caution. It's what Rosero wants because, even if he had to restart in 5th, he could try and drive it back up there.
He's gaining on the 28 by running that outside. As soon as he moved up there, he started gaining. But you leave the door open for a dive bomb.
Yeah, it's one of the worst feelings. Oh, and Heater going up high.
He just totally let him go there. He totally let him go.
This is the line.
He did not want any part of that.
No, this is the line that we saw him use in the Classic Truck Series. More contact. This could get ugly. Goodrow
28 pretty much pulled over for him right there. He knew he was going to
I gotta say, I think that was a line that Heater was playing around with. We saw him running in the Classic Truck Challenge. I think that if he was trying to Goodrow by, he would have let off by now.
In this track, seriously, these grooves are so equal. You can't get anything better than this.
Only it was for the championship. There's some great racing we're seeing right now from second. Goodrow trying to keep the spot for the lead. Sorry, not for the lead, but Rosero trying to get his lap back, at least trying to finish on the lead lap. Back into turn 1 and 2, 3-car battle for second.
5 to go.
If one thing goes wrong, Rosero could have a shot at it. But every lap, the chances of something happening like that are just getting slimmer and slimmer.
I don't foresee these guys crashing.
Remember the engine. Still holding on.
Well,
three
now
wide.
we're going 3 wide, so this isn't good.
This could get messy. 3 wide and a 3. Is it going to work? Contacted. Chandler goes for a spin. He stopped in the middle of the track. He gets it back going. Is it going to be a caution? It's not. I'm honestly surprised. Coming around.
He is not happy on the radio.
I don't see how that's not a caution. Very tight track. It's an oval, but you've learned not to ask questions. Coming around to the white flag, unless a caution comes out, it's gonna be Keplinger's championship to lose. White flag, 1 to go. And with an entire season of hard work, dedication, and trying to fight for every spot, every point he could get, it's going to pay off for one driver, one man. He is going to be on top of the world. Off turn number 4, Eric Keplinger is your Legends Racing League Season 6 Street Stock Series champion. The checkered flag to the 60. For second, Goodrow gets it over Heater. Chandler home in 4th. And Michael Rosero, after such a promising night, is only going to manage 5th.
Man, that 60. He had to come back from a lot of adversity.
You know, as much as we can... Here's the thing. As much as we can say that Michael Rosero drove a better race, probably had a better overall season, Eric Keplinger, when the opportunity presented itself, he was able to strike. He made the most out of every opportunity given to him, especially in this last race, and that is what made the difference between Keplinger and the rest of the field. Congratulations to him, your Season 6 Street Stock Series champion.
Trying to do a burnout backwards here. It isn't really working.
Trying to do a Kurt Busch style thing. Not sure if it's going to work out for him, though. There he goes. So huge congratulations to him, Eric Keplinger. Great race, great season. We are going to be back right after this. Oh, and also shout out to Keplinger for actually bookending the season. He started it off with a win in Charlotte. Now he's got a win in South Boston to cap off the year. He's going to do his victory lap now. Great season, great drive, and lots of respect between the two championship drivers. I mean, we even saw it at the cool-down lap there. You saw Rosero driving up next to Keplinger, giving him a little bit of a congratulations. Doesn't get much more respectful than that. Congratulations to Eric Keplinger, Season 6 champion. We are going to be right back after this. So we're back live here on TMG with Michael Rosero. Michael, it was a pretty good race for you for the first half of it. Then there was a caution at lap 60. You decided to take 2 tires. Walk us through your decision there.
Yeah, I decided to take 2 tires because last time it worked perfectly. But yeah, once again, we got taken out by a racing incident. And I don't know what the heck the admins were doing on that last lap. That was a self-spin on the front straightaway. And I don't know how it's not a caution. That's just stupid.
Michael, if you had gotten a caution, you would have been back on the lead lap. Do you think you could have ran down Keplinger even after starting in, like, 4th with only a few laps to go?
Well, probably not Keplinger, but at least the top 3. I mean, that's just stupid.
So, what were you thinking on that restart there when I think it was Chandler or Timon who cut down in front of you? I mean, what were you thinking there as the wreck started?
Yeah, I was pretty, I guess, pretty mad because you literally just pinched me down. I mean, I don't know. It's probably a racing incident. I don't know. It's still stupid.
And lastly, Michael, anyone you'd like to thank for the season you had so far? Or I guess not so far. Anyone you'd like to thank for the season you had?
Yeah, it's been a great season. Thank my teammates, everyone. Yeah, great season.
Anything else you maybe would have done differently?
Probably, I don't know. If I would have backed out when Harrison was, if I wouldn't have backed out when Harrison was, like, pinching me down, I would have probably turned him, and then, I don't know. There's probably nothing I could have done.
In any case, congratulations on your, it was a 5th place finish in the end, but that's definitely, the result definitely didn't show the performance. You drove a great race, you had a big shot at the championship. If I were you, I'd take the positives out of this, because you drove a great season. Congratulations, we're going to go ahead and send you back.
Yeah, thanks.
And now, joining us in the broadcast booth will be driver of the number 60, Eric Keplinger. Eric, I mean, you got to be honest, that race, it kind of came down to luck in the end. You didn't get caught up in that, middle of the race crash. You were able to drive away with the lead. Walk us through what you were thinking on that restart where everyone started wrecking.
I don't know. I thought I held my line. I used the same points of, gas and whatnot and lifting that same corner throughout the entire race almost. I don't know what the action was. Casey didn't say anything, so I thought it was just a racing incident. We just, lucky to escape with the championship hopefully tonight. I thought it was over at the beginning because just Michael had a better car tonight, but I just survived and stuff. I was able to just make the right call with 4 tires because I heard Michael took 2. So it's just, I guess, it's a little bit of strategy and just luck tonight, and that's what we needed. We had a good, top 3 car tonight, so that's good, and I was glad I could be the champion.
So yeah, Eric, I did run all the calculations during the race, and I do believe that if my math is correct, you are the champion. At the beginning of the race there, you talked about how your car wasn't really as fast as Michael's. What was going through your head when you qualified in 5th?
Well, I don't know what, but my engine blew on my first lap. I don't know how. I think it's because I accidentally revved it up. So my first lap was my second lap, so I didn't qualify well. And I thought I was just going to be disadvantaged. Luckily, I was able to work my way up to the front. Didn't have as good as the car as Michael. But I just, we just got the luck and stuff. I'm seeing now in the Discord, I beat Michael by, 5 points for the championship. So, hey, good things happen when you put TMG on the car, so.
I know, right? Everyone should just put TMG on the car. Give us all of your free advertising. But anyways, you had a pretty good season. You were able to kick it off with a win in Charlotte. You had a pretty decent showing at Phoenix, but at times, I mean, it definitely didn't look like you had the championship contending speed. But in the end, you were able to stay consistent. Kind of walk us through your season.
Yeah, I'm known for my consistency. It's just, I don't know, sometimes I didn't have as good as luck or as good as a car or, talent as anybody else at times. But, I mean, luckily we were able to come out the championship, and that's what's important, just getting the job done. And yeah.
Lastly, Eric, anyone you'd like to thank for your championship season?
I'd like to thank Talon, Heater, Malachi, all the other admins, Brock. I'd thank my fellow competitors, Michael, Tyler, and Brendan, Aaron, Wolfgang, and everybody else, like Andrew, I believe Tyler, I don't know if he said him, and everybody else as well, who have been getting, like Harrison. I'd like to thank you, the broadcasters. I don't know where Thomas is tonight.
Thomas
But,
can't make
yeah.
Tuesdays anymore, so you got Tyler Tomassi here.
Nice.
All right, and lastly, Eric, I actually just asked you that question, so I was just about to repeat myself. Sorry about that. Congratulations on the championship. We're going to go ahead and send you back. Great job. Incredible performance. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good night.
And lastly, we're going to go ahead and bring up driver of the number 4, Trent Goodrow. Trent, I believe this was your first start in the street stocks this season. It was a pretty up and down day. In the end, you were able to come home in P2. Walk us through your race.
Oh, that was a fun race for sure. It was a lot of hard battle, and me and the 28, I feel, put on a good show. And he started P4, and I didn't really know how the car was gonna run, but I ended up keeping a good finish, and then ended up P2.
You had a couple of incidents throughout the race, a couple of run-ins with driver the number 28, Eric Heater. Any hard feelings with him kind of after the race?
No, I spoke to him after the race. We got into each other a couple times, and he said he was frustrated at running them hard, but it's all good. I mean, it's short track racing. You're going to run into each other. You're going to bump. And me and him, the last 10 laps, I think, put on a good side-by-side show to the finish. And all in all, I mean, came home P2 and pretty good show for the fans.
All right, well, great job on your first start this season. Good job coming home in P2. We're going to go ahead and send you back, and that is actually going to do it for the post-race interviews. So we're going to go ahead and cut away for just a moment, and then we will be right back.
See some super late model racing.
So we actually just went back because Tyler Tomassi just said we'll see some super late model racing. But that is actually going to be the next thing we're broadcasting on TMG, at least at the moment. That is going to be the Mad Dogs Design Short Track Challenge that I believe is this Saturday, but there will be a whole community post about that later on this week. But I mean, I think that's going to do it, actually, for this Street Stock series. Thank you all for joining us along for the ride from seasons opening to seasons. And Tyler, any final thoughts about the series before we cut away?
Yeah, it was a very good season. I had a lot of fun racing in it, especially at USA with that great battle he had for the win. This race was okay. I wish that the 23 was on the lead lap when he was battling with the 60, but that was just horrible luck. That was the worst case scenario that he flipped over and that happened. But overall, this was a good race, especially for second and stuff with Goodrow and the 28 car and all those guys. They were battling really good, so it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that it was a really good season. I think that the action was definitely a lot higher than what we saw in the Classic Truck Challenge. Really, from the start of the season all the way to the end, we had some incredible battles for position, really hard racing. And we'll see if we end up covering the alternate of this series, which is the Legend Series. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. But until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Tyler Tomassi. We're going to be signing out for the last time for the Legends Racing League until for the foreseeable future. So, we're going to see you guys all next time. Goodbye, everyone.